everyone, it's Jambor's new video, and now it's going to be a podcast. It will be a little bit of free flow of my thoughts regarding of all what was accumulating to me during, I don't know, since last podcast. And basically I will be talking about the topic. It's still in my head and somehow it's correlating with losing equality standards or not taking care about quality standards in combination, for example, what we saw in Olympics, provocation, and also the majority versus minority. Because of course I'm sexually I'm coming from majority, and this probably will be a controversial topic for many of you, but I really wish that you would go through all of it and then lead a cultivated discussion underneath in the comments below, because I really care about the opinions. I think we a little bit forgot to discuss, and we forgot definitely with a proper argumentation. Of course, for some of you it's hard to have an argument with me because I have a lot of things in my head and it's hard to argue with a person who has information. But it doesn't mean I'm always right, and especially in my opinion in this topic, it's not about being right, but it's more about, and this is what I want to tell you, it's what is realistic, how it really is, because a lot of time we are talking about theories, how we wish it is, how we wish it would be, but then there is reality. And of course still subjectively I will give you some examples which will lead to something when you say but I liked it. It's what the hell? It's I will give you a different point of view, because I think if we will be able to share our different point of view and discuss, I will be so glad to meet somewhere probably in the middle, because definitely I'm not lefties, I'm not lefty, I'm not woke, I'm definitely not right wing, I'm really a centrist, and I'm missing this discussion in here in the middle, because all of those topics are important, but both of those sides for me are dangerous, and I see how they're affecting everything globally. Now they affecting Olympics, but they also affecting Eurovision, and we saw it this year. And I'm taking discussion with my friends and so on. All of them are from completely different sides, also centrist, also this, but we are able to talk, have thoughts, and just fight for those thoughts in a very good manner. And this thought which happened on Olympics, and I'm talking about this Last Supper, which basically was Last Supper, by the way, just it is what it is, and it created amazing crazy polarization, and some were affected because they were Christians. I don't care about this. Some were affected because it was too much of drag queens, or for me it was more pushing the LGBTQ in its worst show off in the middle. But more likely, in my opinion, it was because it was lacking the quality, because it wasn't even funny, it wasn't even good shot, it didn't even make sense in the show, kind of. It was there just to really polarize, and this is not what those events are about. Eurovision is not about it, Olympic ceremony also is not about it. But why I'm bringing this topic inside, and probably I triggered all of you already, or lots of you, but I'm bringing it because the majority society in general is very allergic of being pushed. I think there are some limits to cultural differences between all of us in Europe, and we must understand that Europe in general, it's diverse. Spain, Romania, Czechs, Swedes, Germans, they are completely diverse nations in culture. Of course, in my opinion, all humans in general are kind of the same typologies, same problems, same very similar approach to stuff, but we are different in many ways, which will never probably be very connected together, and we forgot to accept it. And because I'm living, let's say, in the East Europe, even if I say it in Czech, everybody is Central Europe, but I would say this eastern part, the issue is that we approach things very differently historically. For example, the woman in Czech Republic could vote in the start of 20th century, when in UK it was after another 50 years or even more. So the rights, the thing, how we think about stuff, it's very different, and definitely, and I think Easterners are starting to be very allergic in general, that people from West countries trying to teach them how to do better, even though from our perspective we don't like a lot of things what you're doing there. We just don't. And instead of teaching from each other, because we all have good sides and bad sides 100%, even at the same topics, we cannot do it this way. Also, you know, because I'm living partly in Romania, you cannot just change the society there aggressively. It's basically taken as a big disrespect to the society. You just cannot do it. It's like to go to Spain and say like, I don't know actually what triggers you in Spain, for example, you know. But to tell like this is the truth from other country, like you wouldn't take it. You wouldn't take it, and you wouldn't take it aggressively. So we forgot to listen. We forgot to accept the diversity, because the first diversity comes with those bigger groups. It's not about LGBT. It's a niche. Drag queens. It's absolute niche even among this, and we cannot push it forward as something we should accept. I think we should learn to tolerate this for sure, but also the tolerance must go vice versa, and that was provocation. And why I'm connecting this to Eurovision, oh my god, finally got to Eurovision, right? Because I can see it. I saw it this year, for example, in Spain, in Spanish national selection, which was basically inclusive for LGBT community. It was. We like the community around in the arena, there was only men. They all basically almost 95%, you know, and everybody sees it, everybody feels like this. And I, for example, in here I heard so many times that Eurovision is just for gay people. It's basically exclusive of heterosexuals kind of, and it's only an LGBT fest, which for some of you this is like, yes, it's perfect. For me, from my perspective, this is a shame, because it should be for everybody, it should be visible for everybody, and even though it should come with the quality. And in my opinion, and I think this is the biggest thing what broke neck to the ceremony, what polarized us also at Eurovision at many points, that we are defending something what is not quality, but it's just provocative. But being provocative and quality, it can come together if it's done properly, but we forgot about this layer. So for example, Spain this year, it was non-quality. It wasn't quality staging. At some point, of course, this is subjective, but definitely it wasn't quality singing, which should matter first. And it was based on provocation, which if you want to see it, you would say like, come on, this is like, it's not connected to the song in general. It's done for specific group of people. And if I say I don't like it, many of you will tell me that I'm a bigot. I say like, I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Visually, it's not for me. But if the song and the music and the singing is perfect, I would say like, I don't care, because the whole general is great. But it's not. And this was there, and in my opinion also won, just because of this shock it tried to create for a specific group who also voted for it. And we see in Spain the numbers are rising, they are getting lower. They are getting lower in voting because people just stop to care. And I think this is the biggest enemy, that first it comes apathy, and second of all it will come the, not enemy, how to say it, like the fighting for feeling also there, and the minority will never win. Minority after all will never win, and I'm a little bit desperate that I feel that something terrible can come in future, because we try to shock with something which is already kind of accepted, tolerated, normal in many societies, even completely 100% same laws, you know, not in every country. For example, in here, pitifully still, gay marriages are not accepted. There is some law, it's so almost marriage, but it's not the same, and I'm not a fan of it. I believe that for law we should be all absolutely equal, regardless, you know, our sexuality, or it shouldn't matter. But to push me something what I don't like and telling me I need to like it, it won't work. And I see it on my friends that a lot of them went on the side that, okay, not anymore, I'm not a fan of it at all. And after all, it will damage the whole community, because all of those extremes purposely, extremes which lack quality, is destroying everything, because no one would question quality. This is it. But if you want to just shock without a context, if you want to push things without a concept, if you want to force stuff just to say, hey, we want to piss you off, this is not what it's positive, because if you do it, imagine if you do it in your family, if you imagine whenever you try to do it in your personal life, it never led to something good, right? It probably very often led to some counter reaction, and it was much harder then to connect and talk, instead of go completely opposite way, the positive way, the solution way. Why it's so hard? Why it's so hard also at Eurovision? Why it's so hard to think about quality? And in my opinion, it's because we forgot what it is. We so are inclusive that everything is okay, everything is all right, everybody is like you cannot you touch everybody's feeling by just bad looking or not liking something. And this is wrong, because then we will never be able to step out of the comfort zone to do quality, and then people will be also defending something what evidently has no quality. And why I can tell you, like look, I was telling the whole Eurovision time that the song this year really are missing quality, right? It's like they are not bad, they're 100% not, but it's downgrade. They are downgrading. The appeal is downgrade. Basically, the artists were downgrade, kind of. Like it's pity to say, but let's be honest about it. It was downgrade from all the matters. Least singing artist or worst singing artist. The songs weren't that appealing. Okay, what is this? Okay, the stagings were good. The setup was good. Thanks God, it was kind of in Sweden. There was also some shade about the competition, but they didn't include the artist, and we are going down. And the reaction will be that the Eurovision will lose its credit, and more also will be pushed this topic, I think, unnecessarily, and this will be just the LGBT event taken. Eurovision will never become something bigger, better, and I think for some of you it's okay, like it's our inclusive contest. Finally, we have something just for ourselves. But imagine it's a global brand from companies, public broadcaster. Everybody pay. I pay it, you pay it, everybody else pay it. And I don't want to be excluded from a worldwide event, basically, global. I want to feel included. I want to feel that it's also for me. I don't want to feel weird also when I don't like something just because it's a gay artist and couldn't sing, and I said like, he's there just because he's gay, for example. And trust me, I was on so many positions that I saw also this is happening, this kind of nepotism, So the quality should be the thing, because if we lose the quality, if we lose this control, if we lose to name it, and if we say we want to provoke, this is art, it should be like something edgy, it's a niche. And then it's not for everybody, and then no one will take you seriously, and you will drag everybody down. We will lose this, and then the majority will fight also back in a bad way. We saw it in history a million times. It never ended up well, and in my opinion, we should think about it. And if it's happening on, I actually think that the Olympics actually shown us which is not the way, which way to go. It's better to go completely with reverse thinking, let's do it quality, let's don't push. In my opinion, in general, sexuality of a person, it shouldn't be important at all. It shouldn't be the thing I should be prizing, I should be proud of. I'm glad that everybody should feel that whoever they are, they should, this is what I'm very glad that everybody can be whoever, especially at Eurovision, but it shouldn't be the main point. It shouldn't be the reason why I think this guy is special. It shouldn't be a reason why I think this guy is good. The performance, the ability, the charisma, the art, the craft should be the thing, not how this person kind of looks, in the way that the look of in your face, this is my quality, is really taken as a quality, because it's not. It's partially a niche for everybody's tastes, but then there are some objective stuff, and I see Eurovision goes this right trajectory. I see producers are going a little bit this trajectory to please a niche people, but I think we should all fight for not having it this way, not in the sake that I hate LGBT community. I don't care. Actually, I don't care. I like people in general, and there are good people and there are bad people, and that's it. What they are doing in bed or what ice cream they prefer, I just don't really take this seriously. But if somebody would aggressively try to tell me what I should think, and that I shouldn't have an opinion, a negative opinion or a positive one, then I have a problem. Then we have a problem. And I see realistically that the majority of people starting to be very, very allergic on this, and they feel this is pushed, and it's a dangerous thing, because for Eurovision that means that we will lose diversity actually, because after all the diversity is in majority much more than in niche, in smaller group of people, which is also important to have and accept, you know. But you understand what I mean with it. I just think that we forgot to celebrate diversity, because the diversity is in all of us. We are all different. We are all having our stories. I read the story that from one of you, you know how it's to feel excluded because of your sexuality? Actually, I don't know how it's to be excluded for your sexuality, but I know how to be excluded because you don't belong somewhere, you know? I was from the big city, we moved to village, I never belonged there, and I felt exactly excluded. It's a different kind of exclusion, but you're still excluded, and it doesn't matter. It shouldn't be there, excluded for who you are, but also you can imagine that you can be excluded for how you behave. And I think this is important to also understand. Of course, this was a little bit free flow of thought, but I have it full on my head, and actually I don't know what is the resolution. I don't know. I just think we should a little bit slow down in aggressively pushing our rights, our truths. Because this just leads, you know, this leads only to not diversity, polarization. I think this is exactly the opposite of diversity, because there will be only two dominant truths, but also this doesn't exist, and you know, which will be a little bit minor. It won't end up well, and I feel this in the air that something is happening. And if Eurovision can do something, it can connect, but it must be smart about it. And that's what I just wanted to say. So let's discuss in the comments below on whatever topic which will appear in your mind during this free flow of thoughts. I just needed to say it out loud in here. Of course, I don't have a partner. It would be much easier to have a person to talk with. So let's do it in the comments below. Of course, if you want to support my channel, you can buy me a coffee or you can become a member. There is so many exclusive content for you waiting, so please do. And I see you in the next video, hopefully. Thank you for watching.